Tap in, tap in, tap in. Tap in. We're gonna wait a few minutes, see if we have anybody hop on before their lunch hour. We're gonna see if anybody tap in and lock on before their lunch hour. Hope everybody's Friday is going well. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, literally. I know you're probably seeing the caption and you're probably wondering, he hasn't ate since 8 p.m. Monday evening. And that is exactly correct. I have not had a meal since 8 p.m. Monday evening. And the question you might be asking, what in the world's going on? Why haven't you eaten since 8 p.m. Monday evening? Well, I haven't eaten since 8 p.m. Monday evening because I've been on a 72-hour fast. A 72-hour fast is something that I've always wanted to do. It was always something that I considered doing, but I just never really locked in and did it. And so it has been an experience. Monday, I was having a progress check-in with one of my clients that I coach, and they were speaking about the 72-hour fast. And I was like, that's something I had considered mentally, but I just never took the risk. I never decided to take the plunge to do it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And so I haven't eaten since 8 p.m. Monday night. Yes, 8 p.m. Monday night. I haven't had a meal. I haven't had a snack. I haven't had anything to eat since 8 p.m. Monday night. And that is exactly 87 hours. That is 3 days. That is 87 hours. I've been on nothing but water. And I've also been sipping water mixed with Himalayan sea salt in order to keep my electrolytes and things of that nature balanced in my body. And so you may be thinking like, what was the purpose of that? Really? It has spiritual aspects too. There's some things that I'm looking to discern. There's some things that I'm looking to learn spiritually. There was also physical aspects of it why I haven't eaten in 72 hours. Well, correction, 86 hours is because I'm trying to do some things within my body. Immune system reset, trying to reduce my insulin resistance and things of that nature as well. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to be speaking about coming up next week in regards to this 87-hour fast that I've been on. Nothing but water and water mixed with Himalayan sea salt. And so right now I'm ending my fast, and I'm ending my fast with a broth. It's one of the things that I've researched and I've come out about is how we end these fasts. And so I'm just going to be discussing my journey, about how I was feeling, about the effects on my body, on the effects on my mind, and just how I began to perceive things. And this right here is something that, like I said before, I considered it, but I never really took action on doing it. And so, yes, it has been 87 hours since I had a meal. And so again, I'm ending my 87-hour fast with a cup of broth, and then I'll begin eating my regular meals as I begin to work myself into it. And so if there's something that you've been considering doing, if there's something that you was like, hey, I can't do that, it's something that was like, hey, that is too big for me, I'm not capable of achieving it, listen, you got it. Just try it. And for me, that's what I did. And so I was just intending to go for 72 hours. And I'm going to tell you, the first day was tough. The hunger pains. I ended up kind of snapping at my wife the first day, different things of that nature like that. But once I was able to get through that window, because, I've done intermittent fasting. I may skip breakfast, may skip lunch, and only eat one meal a day. But this 72 hours thing was something totally outside of my comfort zone. It was totally outside of things that I traditionally do. And so I just wanted to challenge myself. Wanted to see if I was able to do it, and to see if it was something, how I would feel. Because, I don't know about you, but before I do something, I normally do research. And so I was reading about the benefits of fasting. I was reading about the benefits of a 72-hour fast. And I was like, man, that's the things that I need in my life. There's some changes mentally. There's some changes spiritually. There's some things that I need to get done. And I heard someone say that some things only come by prayer and fasting. And so I started the fast. And so that's what I've been doing. Monday at 8 p.m., I stopped eating. And now here it is Friday at 11:28. I'm coming off my fast with some broth. And I'm going to end it. I'm going to stay on live until I finish my broth. And so if you guys have any questions, if you have any comments, let's just chop it up. Let me know about how your Friday is going. My Friday is going phenomenal. I feel great. I don't feel weak. I don't feel tired. I don't feel drained. I don't feel any of the negative things that you kind of associate with when you're fasting. And so I'm just thankful. And so thank goodness it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And so as J. Cole said, I'd like to thank God and Ice Cube for Friday. And so I'm just thankful to be able to say that I have surpassed my goal. I have surpassed what I wanted to do. I have surpassed the 72 hours, and it is 87 hours since I've had a meal. And as I begin to come off of this, I'm going to come off of it with an avocado and possibly a boiled egg, but just doing the research. And so let me know how your Friday's going. Yes, 86 hours since I've had a meal. And I think that if there's something that, as far as your body, as far as spiritually, things of that nature like that, just try it. You know, you may not be able to do it like I did. I just did it cold turkey. It was an idea. And, you know, that's one of the things that I really talk about. I really talk about being committed. I really stand on, and I really believe in my heart that being committed is the way to do things. And so I just got committed. I made a mental decision. I got intentional about it. I set my intention, and I said that this was what I was going to do. And I started Monday night. I didn't tell my wife until it was like Tuesday evening. I was like, babe, I'm going on a 72-hour fast. And she was like, huh? I was like, yeah. I told her, I was like, yeah, babe, I'm going on a 72-hour fast. And she supported it. And, you know, my wife and kids, you know, they was eating around me, but I stayed committed to my goal. And that's what it's about, setting that intention and becoming committed and sticking with it. And so throughout this fast, again, I felt great. I felt like literally, and I'm going to be discussing this with next week, but just how the physical benefits of it. Like, you know, I felt in tune. I felt wired. I felt fully present. I didn't feel none of the drawbacks that I anticipated, but the hunger was tough. Yes, Apostle, discipline and consistency. That's exactly what it's about. And that's what it was, being disciplined. You know, there were times I wanted to break my fast. There were times that I wanted to eat. There was times that I wanted to snack. And I was like, nah, I'm not breaking this, because this is where my mindset is at. And that's something that I really believe that men, that women, that our young people have to get within them, like that discipline, that mindset is like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow through with it. I don't care how I feel. Of course, you know, there was times where I got dizzy and lightheaded, but that's why I substituted the pink Himalayan sea salt into the water that I was drinking. And that really helped me become clear. It helped me become clear-minded and clear thinking within my life, because there's some things that I'm trying to shape. There's some things that I'm trying to break. There's some things that I'm trying to improve. And so I just like, yo, I'm just going to do it. And so 72 hours has turned into 87 hours and 15 minutes. And I'm just doing it now with the broth. Yo, what's going on, Battle? I see you, Lipscomb. I appreciate that. Thank you, Apostle Thomas. And that's what it's about, you know, just being able to challenge yourself. You know, I believe that if we don't challenge ourselves, things will never change. In order for change to happen in our life, we have to take a challenge. And sometimes challenging ourselves is uncomfortable. And I'm telling you, those hunger pains at certain points in times, they were super intense. But I bear it down. I was like, hey, I got to get through this, because on the other side of the pain is going to be the promise. On the other side of the pain, and if you're willing to endure the pain, if you're willing to endure the discomfort, something on the other side of that is going to be beneficial. And for me right now, just knowing that I was able to do this, knowing that I was able to not just hit the 72-hour mark, but I was able to exceed it and to get the 87 hours, I am so thrilled. I'm proud of the focus that it took. I'm proud of just the discipline. And like I said, I'm going to be discussing this next week and different things of that nature like that. But it's just a different feeling. Like my energy level is high, and it's like, you know, I feel connected to the Creator. I feel connected, and understanding, like, you know, it's helping me become more purposeful. It's helping me to become more intentional. My interactions with my wife, my interactions with my kids, the interactions with the people that I speak with and the people that I coach with has been absolutely phenomenal. And I'm telling you, like, this may be something that I continue to do as I begin to get older, because it's like now I'm starting to think about my body. My body is my temple. This is the only one I got, and I got to start preparing it. I got to keep it in order, because I don't want to get down the line and be like, hey, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have took care of my body better. I wish I would have made better moves. I wish I would have took these chances. I wish I would have made directional switches and things of that nature like that. That's not my goal. When I get to my golden years, when I get 5, 6 years, 7, 10, 20 years down the road, I want to be pleased with my physical state. And so I'm doing the things now to prepare me for my next. I am willing to do the things now to prepare me for my next. And that's my encouragement for you. Take some risks, get active, do the things that's uncomfortable, do something that's going to challenge you, that's outside of your box, outside of the things that you normally do. Because if you keep doing the same things, your results are not going to change. If you keep staying in the same box and repeating the same patterns, nothing is going to change. And sometimes we got to have a pattern interrupt. And for me, 72-hour fast, that was my pattern interrupt. 72-hour fast, it was how I planned to change things. I don't know how it's going to change. I don't know what is going to change in my life, but I knew I desired to change and I needed something drastic. I had to take massive action. And that's why, yes, I completely agree. It is a necessity. It is absolutely necessary. And so, like I said, the bodily changes that I felt, I know I've lost a lot of water weight, but as far as things of that nature like that, I'm clear, I'm present, and I'm absolutely thrilled. And so, like I said, I'm coming off of these 87 hours with bone broth. I'm taking it slow. I really want to dive into it and eat, but you know, I have to be careful because my stomach and all of these things like that has been offline since Monday night at 8 p.m. Monday night at 8 p.m. has been my last meal. And here I am coming up Friday afternoon, 11:35. I'm now starting to come off with my broth. And so I just think that, you know, just try it, you know, start slow. But me, I just jumped right in the deep end. I didn't start in the kiddie pool. I didn't start at the 2 feet, 3 feet. I went right to the 12 feet and I jumped in head first. And so it's just where I'm at, and I just want to see the growth. I want to see what's going to be the outcome of this. I think that growth requires pain sometimes. If you've ever grown in your life, it was uncomfortable. Sometimes your clothes get uncomfortable. Sometimes your bones and things that are stretching. And so I'm just thankful for the stretch. Yes. Shout out to Kizzy. And I appreciate that. And I definitely agree. My stomach has shrunk. And so I'm just interested to see how physically this is going to work out for me. I'm interested to see, you know, about my metabolism, because I was tracking my heart rate all throughout this situation. I'm going to speak to that a little bit more next week. But I was tracking my heart rate. I was tracking my stress levels through my fitness app on my watch. And I probably should have taken my weight before I started this, but I didn't think about that. And so I'm just going to be discussing, you know, my sleep patterns were interrupted. I will wake up to 11, 1, 2, 3 in the morning and just feel completely wired and completely jacked. But, you know, it's just being able to function. And so I haven't felt like this consistently in years. Like, I don't even think I felt like this consistently. It's kind of like after you haven't eaten in a while and you eat again, it's like you could feel the food and the nutrients going through your body at that moment, and then it kind of stops. But now I feel this energy, I feel this power, I feel this connection to the creator, and it's consistent, and it's been all throughout this fast. And again, it hasn't been easy. There were moments that I wanted to quit and was like, yo, bro, you wilding, you tripping. But I was like, nah, I'm going for the goal. If you're going to do something, challenge yourself. And so that's exactly what I've been doing. And so you guys let me know, what are some of the things that you've been thinking about doing? Yes, that mental clarity has been on point, been sharp. just being able to think things through and to look at things from different perspectives. And so, Apostle Janice, how much do you fast, and what are some of the things you've experienced while you fast? I know that, this type of thing isn't for everybody, but if there's something that you choose to do, make sure you have a conversation with your medical provider or different things like that. But for me, I just had a goal, and I found out and I realized that I've got the capacity, I've got the discipline, I got the consistency to be able to do it. And, there's a lot of times there are a lot of people, and I'm not speaking ill of anyone and things of that nature like that, but they have an outstanding talk game. They talk about talk. But when it comes to execution, and when you look at their life, and when you look at their habits, and when you look at their patterns, it's not lining up. And so for me, that's not the individual that I want to be. I want to be able to say something and then live it as well. I want to be able to explain something and embody it in my life and embody it in my actions. And so that right there is absolutely where I'm at. And that's what I want to do. Wow. I fast at least 3 times a week, and the discipline. Yes, I completely agree. Wow. That's rough. That's good there. I do dry fasting, nothing, just prayer. Woo. That's it. That's it right there. And those benefits. And I think that being able to find what it is that works for you, find what is your sweet zone, what it is that's going to comfort you to the max. That's where you want to be at. And so for me, over these 72 hours, I had bottles of water. I'm going to discuss this a little bit more next week, but I had maybe like 1/3 of a teaspoon in each bottle of 16 ounces of water of pink Himalayan sea salt. And that right there was to be able to keep my electrolytes going, to be able to replenish some of the minerals that has been depleted from my body. And again, the mental clarity, the strength, the power, the energy that I felt that has been running through my body has been phenomenal. Exactly. Everything ain't for everybody. You have to locate, you have to find, and you have to stick to what works for you. And so again, 87 hours. I've been doing it for 87 hours. I'm coming off with my broth. And I'm just expecting a difference. I'm expecting a difference physically. I'm gonna discuss some of the things that I found as far as doing research in doing these 72-hour fasts, how it resets certain things, how it builds certain things, how it elevates certain things, how the ketones in your body and the connection between your body and brain begins to strengthen whenever we go through these 72-hour fasts. And there's certain things that we have to do from going through this. I completely agree, and no problem. Thank you for being present, Apostle, and thank you for sharing your perspective and how you fast and how you do things, because I think that the more we have these type of conversations, we are enlightening people and we're exposing people to different things, to different aspects, and how to take care of our body, how to better connect with our mind, because fasting is the way to do it. It's one of the ways to do it. And so I just want to share this with you. I didn't make a big deal about it. I didn't tell everybody like, yo, I'm going on a 72-hour fast and you need to do this. Nah, I just hopped out here and I did it for myself. I did it for me personally, and I needed to know, and I needed to find out like, hey, is this something that I am willing to be disciplined to do? Is 72 hours something? And I just ended up crushing it. And so last night I could have came off at 8 p.m. and I was like, nah, I'm just going to push it. So I slept through the night, was waking up again, different things of that nature like that. Am I going to start a fasting group? Wow, I hadn't even considered that. That's a great perspective. People will support and join you. That may be something I need to think about, something I need to think through, but I think that's a great idea. And so, yeah, so like I was just thinking about it last night. I was like, man, can you push it? Can you go further? Can you stick this out? How much further can you do this too? And so this morning when I woke up, I said, listen, after I take my girls to school and I have to do some certain things, that's when I'm coming off. And here it is, coming off at 11. And we're just able to lock in, key in, stay focused and stay disciplined. So again, I haven't eaten anything. No, I can't eat. I think it's caloric intake. Haven't had any caloric intake. Haven't had anything by mouth since 8 p.m. Monday evening, 8 p.m. Monday evening. And so now again, I'm having my broth as I begin to get ready to have the avocado, and I may have an egg too, as I begin to slowly work my way back into eating. And I don't know what's going to be the outcome of this physically, the rest of this, but I just know that I needed to change. And if it's something that you're looking to change, if there's something that you want to change in your life, you got to challenge yourself. This right here is how I did it. And I'm just looking forward to the results, and I'm just looking forward to how things happen. Yes, and we can encourage one another together. That may be something I need to do. And if you're interested in joining a fasting group, if you're interested in joining these type of conversations about encouragement, about building community, because we as humans, we're communal individuals. Like, this is what we're wired to do. We're wired to connect with other people. We're wired to have conversations, and we're wired to contribute. And so I think that being able to connect with people who are thinking in the same way, who are concerned about their bodily health, who are concerned about not just aging, but I want to age well. I don't want to have certain issues, certain things that run in my family, certain things that genetics, things that come through genetics, and things that come through in how we eat, and things that come through in the decisions that we make. Processed food, processed sugars, all of these things that we intake into our body has an effect on us. And so just choosing to put something better in us, choosing to do something better with this temple, because if we don't, we'll eradicate it ourselves. I heard someone say that Americans dig their graves with spoons and forks. Americans dig their graves with spoons and forks. And I'm not interested in digging my grave with a spoon and a fork. I plan on living my life. I plan on being here to see my daughters get married, my grandchildren get married, because it's just what we have to do. And if we don't take care of ourselves, who else is going to take care of us? If we don't take care of our body, if we're not taking care of what we're inputting within our minds, who else is going to do it? And so that's what it's about for me, like being able to make this change, to be able to make these switches, because sometimes you got to unlearn what you did learn. Sometimes you have to unlearn what you learned. And when we choose to make the decision to unlearn these things, our changes and the things that we begin to see begins to switch. It's just the willingness to do something different. A lot of us, we're like sheeple. We're following people. Sheep and people. Those are the people who just follow what everything else is doing. But it's going to be us to make a different decision. And when we begin to make these different decisions, these are the determining factors that contribute to the course and the quality of our life. And so again, the fast, I highly recommend it. It was a challenge. It was difficult, but I was willing to fight through it. I was willing to stay committed. And that's something that I talk about, staying committed. I just don't post about it. I just didn't write my book about it, but I want to be the embodiment. I want to demonstrate what I dictate. I want to demonstrate what I discuss. And so for me, this right here, being committed, is just what I believe in. 10 toes down. There's a lot of people standing on business, but is it the right business? There are a lot of people standing on business, but the question I have, is it the right business? And so for me, this is where I'm at. And I encourage you, make the consideration, do your own research, do some research on it, reading, and just decide. Life coach says, yes, that's what I am. I'm a mindset coach, and I believe in helping people, and everything that we desire to do, everything that we are, it starts in our mind. It starts within our mindset. And if we can get our mind right, we get our body to do everything else. If you can get your mind right, you can get your body to do everything else. And a lot of times we just say things without getting our mind right. We just say we want to do things. We consider doing things. But when we get our mind right, we begin to go forth and we can begin to do things. What's the name of my book? Thank you so much. The name of my book is Committed, Tap into the Mindset That Fuels Progression. It's on Amazon. It's on Audible. It's titled Committed, Tap into the mindset that fuels progression. And what I would do, I will leave the Amazon link in the comments for anyone that is interested in purchasing my book. But that's what it is. You know, a lot of times folks just talk about things. A lot of times people just have a good talk game. But for me, talking is too much. It's about action. It's about proof. And when you're willing to do something, when you're willing to prove it, that's what it's about. And so I think that committed mindset, and that's what I needed to do in order for me to get through these 72 hours. I need to have that committed mindset. And so that mindset of that I can do it. And what I did, I understood that it wasn't going to be easy, but I took the steps beforehand to prepare. I knew how much water I needed to drink. I knew about the pink Himalayan sea salt that I needed to add to my water to be able to sustain me. I knew I couldn't chug water. I knew I had to sip water consistently throughout the day to keep my hydration levels up. And so whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, think about it. Think ahead. What do I need to do in order to be successful? Because when you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. I think Oprah said that. When you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. And so whatever you're thinking about taking on, the things that you're thinking about doing, you can go about it if you begin to plan it out. Ah, man, I thank you so much for your support. Yes, I appreciate that, Kizzy. Oh, man, you're purchasing. Thank you so much, Apostle Thomas, for purchasing the book. And your support means a lot. And I think that that's where we need to be at in our life. Be willing to do something different. Doing something different is going to produce different results. And I'm telling you, there's something in you that you got to tap into. There's a power, there's a strength that the Creator has given each and every one of us. And it's up to us to tap into that. And that's my mission. I'm tapping into it for myself. And whoever else want to tap into it, I am willing to help. I'm willing to coach. Whatever that gap is between where you are and where you want to be at, when you tap into it, you will be able to get through it. If you tap into it, you'll be able to get through whatever it is in front of you, the obstacles. And so that's the benefits. And so for me, again, I'm working on this broth. I got probably about, I'm guessing I'm not a really broth or tea drinker or whatever, but I probably got about 9 more sips out of this. But I just want to have a conversation with you guys. I haven't eaten since Monday night at 8 p.m. But I'm thankful that I've been able to do it. I'm thankful that I've been able to challenge myself. And again, if it's something that you're interested in doing, let me know and we can figure out how we want to do this. How can we join your mentorship? Wow. I need to get that established. But we can have some conversations and have some dialogues about how to do this as far as the coaching services and things of that nature like that, because I'm here for it. I'm here for helping as many people as possible get through the gap of where they are and where they want to be. That's just simply my mission. I'm here to serve. I'm not here to do anything else. I'm here to serve because I think that we can do it better together. There have been times and there have been situations in my life where I needed someone else's perspective. I needed someone to give me guidance. I needed someone to tell me like, hey, you can do this a better way. And I think a lot of times when we don't have that, we make mistakes. We have these failures. We over-identify with our faults. We over-identify with our limits and our limitations and our limiting beliefs. But it's important for us to realize that, hey, there are people out here that are willing to help us. There's a phrase that says, reach one, teach one, each one, reach one. And so wherever you are, I believe that, we can have some conversations. We can do some things to begin to help each other get over these humps and just to become better individuals. I believe that we're here to help people live life better. Thank you, Kizzy, for saying that about my book being inspiring, and you're definitely tapped in. That really means a lot. She was one of the first ones that purchased my book. Thank you so much. And so this is what it is. It's about being able to take these risks. 72 hours has turned into 87 hours that I haven't had a meal. Has turned into 87 hours that I haven't had any caloric intake. And now, like I said, I'm doing it right now with my broth, but I haven't eaten since Monday at 8 p.m. It's Friday, 11:52. I think that we should be to demonstrate. We should be able to execute. We should be able to show. And so, again, If fasting is something that you're considering, whatever it is that you're considering in your life, it's time to make a change. A lot of people just think about it. A lot of people just do research. But if it's time, if you've been getting that feeling, if you've been thinking about your body, like, hey, I need to change what I'm eating. Hey, maybe I need to work out more. Maybe there's some things I want to do to preserve my life, my longevity, to preserve where I want to be in my life. If I want to get these goals, if I want to get these accomplishments, if I want to get these achievements, we should have some conversations, because I guarantee you, I'm certain that I can help. I am so certain that I can help. And so for me, it was just me being able to realize that, hey, can you do it? Can you do it? Can you stand it? Can you stay committed? Can you do the things that you talk about in public, privately? Because I think there's a lot of times with people, men, women, whoever, like there's a disconnect from what they're saying publicly and what they're doing privately. And for me, I need that congruency and I need that consistency. And so that's why I did the fast. 72 hours has turned into 87 hours for me. And so I'm looking at my cup and it says Mark 9:23. All things are possible to them that believe. All things are possible to who that believes. And on this afternoon, as I want you to believe, I want you to believe in yourself. Because when you believe in yourself, when you begin to tap into the essence of who the creator and what the creator has made you to be, there is absolutely nothing that you can't accomplish. If you believe, you can do it. And so for me, throughout this fast, me being committed, me having belief in myself, me having belief that things can change through prayer and fasting, that's why I did it. And so I'm here to tell you that I'm on the other side of this. And I'm waiting to see what's going to change. I'm waiting to see the benefits. I'm waiting to see the things that's going to happen. And so again, I haven't eaten since Monday, 8:00 p.m. It is Friday. And I'm working coming off my fast. Maybe you should consider doing it. What is it that you've been considered trying that you haven't tried? Try it. Because if you believe in yourself, you're going to tap into a level of power. You're going to tap into a level of precision that you haven't experienced before. And on the other side of that, you're going to be able to look back and say the mission was hard, but I completed it. The mission was tough, but I completed it. Why? Because I was committed. If we can get committed and believe in ourselves, you'll be surprised at the results. Stop playing yourself short. Stop limiting yourself. You don't have to limit yourself. When we challenge ourselves, change will occur. And so again, I tapped in. I got my mindset right. Started Monday, 8 p.m. And here it is Friday. And I'm about to come off the fast. Listen. Thank God it's Friday. I hope you guys have a great Friday. Apostle Janice, thank you for tapping in. Thank you so much for the conversation. Thank you so much for your perspective. Kizzy, thank you so much for your perspective. Thank everybody for having a conversation with me and just viewing this journey that I'm on right now. I'm expecting change. I feel phenomenal. I feel energetic. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I feel present and all of those things like that. And so Monday, hadn't eaten since Monday. It's Friday. We're going to take it slow. Thank God it's Friday. And in the words of J. Cole, shout out to Cole. He just dropped the album too. I'd like to thank God and I'd like to thank Ice Cube for Friday. Listen, I hope your Friday goes well. I hope your weekend goes well. And I hope your Valentine's Day is full of all that Valentine's Day stuff that you got going on. But me, I'm just thankful that I'm here. And I'm just thankful that I've been able to do this. And I'm thankful that I've been able to complete this. Listen, stay tapped in. We got more information to come. And listen, you are one commitment away from elevating your life to your next level. When are you going to make that commitment? When are you going to tap in? Because when you decide to tap in, I can help you finish the rest of it. When you decide to tap in, that gap between where you are and where you desire to be at, through your actions, your commitment, through your discipline, and through your belief, you can shorten that distance. And I believe I can help you. I'm Coach Cannon. And as always, I'm committed to progressing forward. Have a great weekend.